Out here, the West didn't hand out happy endings. It handed out consequences. Names got carved into headstones faster than they got written down. Men disappeared. Towns pretended they never existed. And justice was usually whoever showed up holding it. This is Hell for Dinner. True stories from the Wild West, where the line between lawman and outlaw was thin, and the ground was always hungry. Clay Allison, The Dinner Where Hell Got Served. You ever watch a man smile and realize it isn't friendliness? It's a decision. Clay Allison smiles like that. Not wide, not warm, just enough to say, I'm already on the other side of this. Stay with me. This ends exactly the way it has to. He killed him at dinner, not outside, not in the street. A man named Chunk Colbert reached for his gun across a table, and the barrel struck the wood. That tiny mistake gave Clay Allison one clean opening, and Colbert never finished the draw. The West loved fair fights, at least in stories, but real killings were messy: ambushes, bad angles, split-second physics. In January of 1874, on a lonely New Mexico stage route, two reputations collided: Chunk Colbert, known as dangerous and eager to prove it, and Clay Allison, volatile, feared, and fast. One of them thought dinner was the perfect place to spring a trap. On January 7th, 1874, they ended up at the Clifton House, an inn on the trail in Colfax County, New Mexico. First, something almost ridiculous. They raced horses, two men measuring each other without firing a shot. Then Colbert invited Allison inside to eat. That's what makes this story feel wrong, the calm before it. Tin plates, lamplight. The kind of meal you take when you want to pretend you're not thinking about where a man keeps his pistol. Allison sits down anyway. The air in the room is the real weapon. Every movement becomes loud: chair legs, cutlery, boots shifting. Colbert has a motive. He'd had a prior quarrel with Allison tied to an older grudge involving Colbert's uncle. Resentment in the West didn't fade, it fermented. And Colbert isn't inviting Allison to dinner because he's suddenly friendly. He's inviting him because a table locks the body in place. It narrows angles. It forces hands to move around objects. It's a trap disguised as manners. Allison eats like a man listening with his eyes. Colbert watches like a man counting beats. And then it happens. Colbert suddenly goes for his pistol mid-meal. He's trying to take the moment while Allison is still civilized, still holding a fork, still seated. But the table changes everything. The barrel clips the edge, wood against metal, and that single contact is a break. The draw stalls for a fraction of a second. Clay Allison clears leather. One motion, no drama, because drama wastes time. He fires once. The shot hits Colbert in the head. Dinner stops being dinner. A chair jolts. Someone inhales like they forgot how to breathe. Colbert collapses where he sat, the gun never properly leveled, the ambush ruined by an inch of bad geometry. In a fair duel, maybe Colbert gets his chance. At a dinner table, the environment picks sides, and for one moment, it picked Allison. Later, the story grows a line, one of those West quotes that survives because it's too perfect. Allison is asked why he accepted a dinner invitation from a man likely to try to kill him. The reply attached to him is, he didn't want to send a man to hell on an empty stomach. The quote is often repeated as legend, but even without it, the act tells you everything. Allison didn't come to negotiate. He came prepared to end it the second the trap sprang. If you want the real takeaway, it's not quick draw, it's control. Allison didn't let the room decide the tempo. He didn't stand up, argue, posture. He didn't wait to see if Colbert was bluffing. The West punished hesitation. The man who thinks maybe is already behind. And Colbert, trying to steal the moment, lost it because of the one thing he couldn't predict: a dinner table. It wasn't just a prop. It was an obstacle, one that turned a fast draw into a clumsy one. The Clifton House is gone now, but the scene stays vivid because it flips the usual myth. We imagine gunfights as clean, outside, announced. This one is quiet, inside, immediate. And it reminds you how the West actually worked. Reputations met in small rooms as often as they met on dusty streets. If you were alive back then, you learned to read hands. You learned to watch shoulders. You learned to notice a man's elbow drifting too close to his belt. Allison won because he was already living in the next second, while Colbert was still trying to create the perfect moment to strike. And here's the part people don't say out loud. This wasn't heroism, it was survival math. Colbert tried to ambush a man famous for being dangerous. It didn't work. The West didn't reward fairness, it rewarded readiness. The table is the symbol. Civilization trying to exist in a violent world. Plates, manners, invitations, thin layers over the truth. The truth is that Colbert's plan required Allison to be relaxed. Allison never gave him that gift. So when you hear the story, don't picture a movie duel. Picture the stillness right before it. Two men forcing themselves to chew while waiting for the other to move first. Then, wood, metal, a stalled draw, and a single shot that ends the meal forever.